Growing up, I wasn't the cleanest cut kid. I got in a lot of fights on the baseball field. After one fight, I had a coach pull me off to the side of the dugout, and I thought I was getting kicked off the team. But instead he said, "Ryan, I'd rather tame a Mustang than inspire a mule." That quote changed my life. Hi, my name's Ryan Miller. This is my wife, son, and daughter on the way. I lead an organization called Share the Struggle, a ministry that matches lonely young people with a Christian mentor online. It all started when I was a youth pastor. I soon realized the Mustangs, those wild, spirited young people caught in the middle of the epidemic of loneliness, anxiety, addiction, they weren't going to make their way to church on their own. And actually, many believed God was disgusted with them. But when I looked at the Bible, it was these lost and lonely young people that Jesus spent the majority of his time with. And it was actually these wild, spirited Mustangs that went on to be God's most sold-out disciples. So I had an idea. What if we made a movie where we took 4 wild boys and paired them with 4 literal wild Mustangs over 40 days? The boys would tame the Mustangs and I would mentor the boys. And we would show just how much value and potential is in both these Mustangs if they just had someone invest in them. We set out to make the film, but we first had to cast our 4 boys. So I jumped on Zoom calls with Mustang boys all around the country. And that's when it became clear that the need was far greater than just helping 4 of these boys. We picked our 4 boys for the movie, and the movie turned out great. But I couldn't stop thinking about all those other boys that weren't chosen. For some of them, that 30-minute Zoom call made me the closest male figure in their life. If all it took was 30 minutes on a Zoom call to help these boys, what would happen if we equipped thousands of people across the country to do the same? And not just with boys, but girls, and not just teens, but all ages. And then what if we were able to match that person with a mentor who understood whatever they were currently going through? Share the Struggle is a website that matches lonely and lost young people with a mentor who's gone through that very same struggle and is willing to listen and empathize to them in the middle of that struggle. The more we talked with experts and psychologists, the more we learned that the best way we can help is not by trying to fix these young people, but just by giving them someone who's willing to listen and empathize with them. We launched the website with ordinary people who may or may not have had a crazy life story or wild struggle, but were just willing to be there and listen. Soon people were healing, coming to know Jesus, experiencing hope for the first time, and now we're seeing so many people looking for help, we're at max capacity, needing more mentors to meet this massive need. So we're going to the church and equipping Christians just like you to do the work of the ministry and be the hands and feet of Jesus to this lost and lonely generation. And our goal is to create an army of believers loving lonely people through a link of churches who are willing to come together. Will you join us at Share the Struggle and reach out to a younger version of you who doesn't need to be fixed? They just need someone with an ear to listen.